Hello and welcome back to Ace Academy. No?
The team lead and one of his starting pilots got into a huge fight, and they did not hold back. I mean, there were some serious injuries, so both members obviously couldn't compete.
Yikes. Why'd they fight?
The leader decided to sideline his starting pilot, and his pilot didn't like that.
They're on the same team, couldn't they just talk it out? I mean, I'm sure the leader had a reason. Akira shrugged.
I don't know all the details, but my guess is that there probably wasn't a good reason to sideline the pilot. Either way, because the fight escalated to the degree in which Ace had to get involved, the school is currently investigating the team.
Oh boy, that's never a good sign. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah. Who are you going up against now?
Hana Bushido.
Oh, May's team.
Yeah, I hear they're pretty strong. Akira nods.
They are, but so are you. In fact, I'm really looking forward to my match with you.
Might still be a while considering my team's rank.
Right, but you guys have been on a winning streak, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because of that, your matchmaking rating, or MMR, is actually higher than your earned rank. That tends to happen with outliers like being an undefeated team.
What he says makes sense. Plus, I'm not going to question Akira about how being undefeated works.
I have a feeling that if you beat Onabu Geisha, it won't be long before
that's
we
how you
face
pronounce
each other
it.
on the field.
I'll try and remember that. It is what it is. I shrug. One match at a time. Akira nods. We continue to watch the game in silence, and after a while Akira stands.
I wish I could watch the end of this match, but I've got to head to class. I'll see you later.
I nod. After Akira leaves, I check my phone and notice a text from Sho. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be getting our game on at the beach. Meet you there at 11. As if I could forget that. I shoved my phone back into my pocket and watched the rest of the game. In the end, Japan won with just one gear left standing. I've still got some time before I head home tonight. Sho or Valerie? Oh, bugger it. I wonder what Valerie's up to. I dial her number and wait for her to answer.
Hello?
Hey Valerie, you busy?
Yeah, I'm about to go meet a friend for some coffee.
Oh, anyone I know?
It's you, silly.
Oh,
I'll meet you at the cafe, in front of the bookstore.
sounds like a plan. See you in a bit.
Au revoir.
I make my way back to the cafe. Valerie's waiting for me in a booth by the time I arrive.
It's rude to keep a lady waiting.
Stare her down. I'm not even going to grace her with an answer.
Well,
I don't respond. Valerie watches me and then smirks.
you like what you see.
I do not know how to answer that. Trick question. There is no right answer.
Aw, you're smarter than you look.
Hey. Valerie laughs. You ordered yet?
No, I was waiting for a certain someone to get their butt over here.
So, what I'm hearing is that you want to see my butt. Valerie smirks.
Give me a twirl then.
I won't fall for your objectification. I don't have to because I am more than just my body. Valerie smirks.
Sounds like someone skipped their squats at the gym and is embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that either. She pouts, but has trouble keeping up a straight face. I flip open the menu and take a minute to read my options. Valerie and I both place our orders, and she pulls out a pencil and sketchbook. What are you doing?
Not me, you.
Huh? She pushes the sketch up towards me and grins playfully.
I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
Why is that film the go-to... Oh, God. Anyway, it's not even particularly good. I mean, the special effects when the actual ship goes down are fabulous. Actually, to be fair, the special effects in general are pretty fabulous, but hey, it's a James Cameron movie. What the hell do you expect? Art is not my thing. So I don't do it. She pouts and blinks puppy dog eyes at me.
Not even for me?
I'm barely even phased. All those guilt trips from Nikki were good for one thing, I guess. Nope.
Aw, come on. I drew you. It's only fair that you draw me. Please!
A couple of cafe patrons are giving me dirty looks. fine if it will make you stop. She grins, and she leans onto the table, resting her chin on her hands, and flashes me a warm smile. Taking this as my cue to start drawing, I clumsily trace the pencil around the page. So as I try, my uncoordinated fingers can't illustrate what my eyes see.
Are you done yet?
Valerie speaks through her teeth, trying not to disturb her pose. No. I continue to sketch. And after a few minutes, Valerie tries again.
How about now?
Still no. She waits another couple of minutes.
Now?
Calm down, it'll be done when it's done. She sighs heavily.
The things I have to do for you.
In case you forgot, you're the one who asked me to draw you. You can't rush these things.
Shouldn't you be concentrating? What are you doing talking to me?
You are the one talking to me.
If you spent more time on your drawing and less time blaming me for things, you'd be done by now.
God, she's a menace. I glare at her, and she winks before returning to her pose. We fall silent as I work on the drawing. Valerie stares confidently at me, never looking away when I glance up at her. And for some reason that makes me even more nervous. I push away my embarrassment and focus on her features. And for all the times I've looked at her, I hadn't really seen just how perfectly her features flow into each other. It's the first time I've noticed just how truly beautiful she is, and my face flushes from the thought. Next time I glance up at Valerie, her smile looks more genuine. I know she saw me blush, and that makes me blush even more. After a few minutes, I drop my pencil. Okay, done. Valerie breaks from her pose.
Let me see.
Pushing forward the sketchbook, I wonder if she'll like that I drew her as accurately as possible, for God's sake. She stares at the drawing and her eyes grow wide. She grabs the sketchbook off the table and studies it closely. Hope it's okay.
This is more than okay. It's really good.
I blink. I'd anticipated she'd use a lot of choice words, but yet good was not one of them. Really?
Yeah, you really captured the eyes. They're so expressive.
Do they look like they're up to no good? She laughs.
They look like they only do good. All the time.
Then I guess I've still got a long way to go. She continues to look at the drawing. You really think it's that good?
Mm-hmm. It's really pretty.
Well, I had a good model. Just drew what I saw. She hugs the sketch pad in her chest and beams. Well, it's good to know that if this whole engineering thing doesn't work out, you can always fall back on a modelling career.
I'll keep that in mind.
Her cheeks are tinged pink, and I think she's genuinely flattered. Valerie glances at the time and wrinkles her nose.
I've got class soon.
Don't sound too excited about it.
It's not a fun one.
Which one is it?
Introduction to Art History.
You don't like art?
I do. And since I also like history, I thought this would be a good choice for one of my electives.
So, why the disappointment?
Well, it turns out that although I like history and I like actually creating art, learning about other people creating art is not as fun.
Yeah, I know someone who did history of art and they stopped coming to university after a term. So, was watching me create art for you today not fun either? She smirks.
That doesn't count. I was part of the creative process.
True. She glances again at the time and gathers her things.
Okay, I've gotta head out.
I nod. After we pay for our drinks, we head our separate ways, but not before I catch Valerie fondly sneaking another peek at my drawing. It's quiet in the house when I arrive home, and I guess no one's here. It's no surprise that Uncle Kaido's still at work, but I'd have expected Nikki to be home by now. Yeah, she's been spending more and more time at her cooking club. It must be going really well. I should take advantage of the quiet and study. As I head upstairs, a blonde head peeks around the corner.
Is that you, big bro?
I pause at the top of the stairs. Hey, didn't know you were home. Nikki grins mischievously.
Is it because for once I wasn't slaving away in the kitchen waiting for you to come back?
No, it was just way too quiet. There's just no way the house can be this quiet if you're home.
Hey!
What?
I'm always quiet.
Is this what you'd call quiet?
It was quiet before you got home, which means you're the one who brings the noise.
Bring the noise! Sorry. Nikki grins.
Anyway, before you so rudely distracted me, I had a question for you.
What is it?
Can you give me a ride to the beach tomorrow?
I blink at her. How did you know I was going to the beach?
Because tomorrow is Umiko's festival?
How do you know about that? Nikki stares at me as if I have two heads.
Because I live in Isokaze. Did you know about this?
Not exactly. Shu didn't specify why we were going when he invited me.
And you didn't bother to ask.
Do I need a reason to go to the beach?
Fair point. Well, if you want to know, tomorrow is a festival to honor Umiko, the protector of Isokaze. A long time ago, the Dragon King threatened to drown the island if Umiko didn't marry him. So when she agreed to live with him in his underwater castle, she stole his magical pearl and now uses it to control the waves.
That's pretty cool. Where did you learn about this?
You know I've always loved mythologies.
Yeah, that's true.
So, can you take me or not?
Sure. I'll be leaving at about 10:45. Her face falls.
Oh,
Why, oh?
well, my friends aren't going to be there until later.
Go hitch a ride with them.
I don't really feel comfortable asking them.
Fine. Then you can come with me.
But you're going so early.
Then take the bus. She smiles sweetly.
When I said early, I actually meant that's perfect.
That's what I thought. Nikki cranes her neck to peek down the stairs behind me.
You hungry yet?
Bit, yeah.
Me too. Come on, let's go downstairs and see what we have.
She moves past me and flies down the stairs, and I follow her slowly. Nikki and I whip up a quick dinner and then spend the rest of the night looking up more information about the festival before going to bed. I flip around in bed, too excited to settle down, before finally drifting off to sleep. And I stand by my previous statement of, and lo, did the game find an excuse to put its female characters in swimsuits. I wake up energized and throw off the blankets before getting dressed. Since we're going directly to the beach, I decide to just wear my swim trunks and a shirt. Nikki's waiting for me downstairs. She's wearing a cover-up and has a bag slung over her shoulder.
Finally.
Hey, I'm on time for once.
So, I've been awake for at least an hour.
Yeah, oh well, let's face it, if you're going at 10:45... No, you've got to be pretty lackadaisical to not wake up until, 10:15. I know, it's 8:30 in the morning, I'm yawning a lot, but I have been up for 3 hours, so you know. Reasons. Why do you get up so early? Nikki beams and fidgets with excitement.
How can I sleep when I have such a fun day ahead of me?
The bag jostles as she fidgets. What's in the bag?
Just beach stuff, extra clothes, towels, sunscreen, you know.
That's actually pretty smart.
I know.
Nikki pushes me towards the door.
Come on, let's go already.
Alright, just let me grab my keys. Has she cleaned my bloody bike yet? After collecting my things, Nikki and I climb on my bike and we hit the road. Nikki hops off my bike as soon as I park and sprints out towards the sand. Wait! She either doesn't hear me or she ignores me. Of course, that means I'm stuck carrying all of the stuff. With a sigh, I sling my bag over my shoulder and follow her. As I walk on the sand, I scan the beach for my friends, but I don't see anyone I recognize. We must be the first ones here.
Oh, son, I've missed you.
We had the sun back home too.
It's not the same.
She continues to skip and dance in the sand, and then spins a cartwheel and grins at me. You call that a cartwheel? Are you trying to do a cartwheel or a somersault? Nikki pauses and crosses her arms.
You think you can do better?
Totally. Alright then, stand back and let the master show you how it's done. I kick off my shoes and drop the bag. Windmill in my arms, I push my legs off the ground and lift them in the air. And they almost make it halfway, before losing momentum and I fall to the side off balance. Nikki's laugh rings in my ears.
Good one, bro. You really showed me.
I'm hoping that if you picked the athletic option at the beginning, you could totally own that. Worked better in my head.
If only the rest of you understood physics as well as your head does.
As we both catch our breath, Nikki glances at the forgotten bag.
Let's just set up here.
Okay. We each lay out a towel from the bag. Nikki pulls a cover up over her head, revealing a frilly two-piece. Don't comment on it. Don't comment on it. I'm glad Nikki chose a sensible swimsuit. Sometimes it's hard to remember she's in high school, but it's only natural she'll be wearing clothes that start to reflect that. At least she still has a sense of modesty. As Nikki and I finish setting up, we're greeted by a familiar face.
Hey!
A breathless Sho stands before us carrying a large umbrella. Mayu stands beside him. Hey Sho, you run all the way over here. He continues to gasp as Mayu answers for him.
Yeah, he saw you from the car and raced down here to say hi.
You didn't have to.
I thought I saw you with another cute girl and had to get a closer look to be sure.
Nikki giggles and I instinctively step in front of her.
Aren't you gonna introduce me?
Do you value your life? Not if you want to keep breathing.
That's really intense.
Oh my god. Sometimes you are just so embarrassing.
Hey, why are you taking his side?
He's just being nice.
He was creeping on my sister.
I'm right here. You don't have to refer to me in third person.
Your sister? Sorry, I didn't know.
Good. I watch him warily as Nikki steps forward.
Don't mind him. I'm Nikki.
I'm Sho, and this is Mayu.
He glances at Mayu, who's been standing in silence, and then balks at the pout on her face.
Huh? What's wrong?
She sighs.
Nothing.
Oh, did you want to introduce yourself? Sorry about that.
She sighs again.
No, that's not it.
Sho scratches the back of his head.
Huh? Then what is it?
She continues to pout.
It's nothing.
Oh, incidentally, Sho, thank you for not wearing Speedos. Nikki leans over to me and whispers.
They make an adorable couple.
I blink. A couple? Sho glances back at us.
Us? No, we're just friends.
Mayu sighs again.
Yeah, just friends.
Ah! He's an idiot then, gotcha. For the record, that's not an uncommon thing, let's face it. My girlfriend was apparently hitting on me for about a year and a half before I noticed. She pretty much physically attacked me in order to get the point across. Thank you, alcohol. Nikki leans over and whispers again.
He's so clueless.
Then she hits my arm. Hey!
Also, you weren't supposed to say that so loudly. What's the point of whispering if you're just going to blurt it out?
I rub the sore spot. When did you get so strong? Suddenly we hear a shout in the distance. And following the source of the sound, I glance over to see Kaori hovering over a cowering man. He has his hands up defensively. And Kaori snatches a camera out of his hands, fidgets with it, then throws it back at him. The man scoops up the camera, stumbles to his feet and runs away. As the man flees, Kaori walks towards the water before chucking something into the waves. Memory card? We stare dumbfounded, watching the scene unfold. Kaori spots us as she turns away from the water and stomps towards us. I can practically see the steam rising out of her ears. Shu sighs.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
Mayu nods.
Aren't you overreacting a little?
Nikki's voice wavers as Kaori approaches, betraying her confidence. Hey, Kaori.
Can you believe that guy?
Her voice trembles with anger. What happened?
That pervert was taking pictures of younger girls. I made him promise never to do it again. Then took out his memory card and threw it into the ocean for good measure.
Nikki eyes Kaori with wonder, then elbows me.
Wow, she's not scary at all. At least not like you described her.
Typo. Sorry, I have to point these things out because I am a professional. Also, there's this massive gap, so I'm assuming two other people are going to turn up. Kaori whirls on me, a fierce scowl plastered over her face. And when she notices Nikki, her expression softens to one of curiosity.
Who are you?
Nikki beams.
Oh, I'm Nikki.
Carrie continues to stare until Nikki points to me.
His sister.
Carrie raises an eyebrow.
Really? Wow, you're lucky. You two look nothing alike.
Apart from the hair.
Thanks.
Thanks. We answer simultaneously. Nikki and I blink at each other in surprise, then speak at the same time.
What's that supposed to mean?
What's that supposed to mean? Shu laughs.
I'm pretty sure Cowrie meant Nikki's lucky she doesn't look like you.
Thanks for having my back, bro.
No problem, Broseph.
Nikki giggles.
I like Cowdy.
Carrie stammers out a reply as her cheeks tinge pink.
Oh! Thanks.
Hey, everyone.
Hello, Yuna. We collectively turn around at the sound of Yuna's voice. I want to respond to her, but my voice gets caught in my throat. Never before have I been so thankful that the bikini was invented. And judging by the silence, everyone else was as entranced as I am. Yuna fidgets under our gaze and automatically wraps an arm around herself.
Is everything alright?
Like everyone else, Nikki's gaze is fixated on Yuna. She looks down at her own chest, then back at Yuna's and sighs.
Life is so unfair.
What?
Carrie snaps back to reality and hits me hard. Ow!
Stop being a pervert!
Hey, I saw you looking. You were staring too.
No?
Her cheeks flare, betrayed by her guilt.
I wouldn't do something like that!
Yuna tries to cover up, clearly mortified.
You guys.
Sho stands in a doze until Mayu pokes him.
I see.
Huh?
She glances down and shuffles her feet.
So that's what you like.
Why is it in any of these, slice of life visual novels, animes, whatever, there's always a sequence where the female characters end up comparing boob sizes? Why is this a thing? You notice there's still space for one more person, so Valerie's about to turn up.
No, that's not it. I like yours too.
Oh, yeah. Way to salvage the situation, dude. Mayu looks up at Shu with wide eyes and then covers herself with her hands.
Stop looking!
Okay, here's the thing. There's a difference between looking and staring, and let's face it, if you're wearing a bikini, you have to expect people to look. Now, when I say look, I don't mean going up 3 inches from them with massive wide eyes and going, I just mean casually glancing and going, nice. That is an aesthetically pleasing view. Yes, I am a nerd. Deal with it. Shu's face burns red, and he trips over his words.
Wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. I promise. I'm not looking.
Mayu continues to stare at him with doe eyes.
But not because yours aren't good. Because they're great.
Carrie marches over and whacks Shu on the back of the head.
Ow!
She hovers protectively over Mayu.
Come on, Mayu.
Okay.
Nikki grabs my arm and pulls me over to Yuna, who still looks nervous.
You're being so rude, big bro. You didn't even introduce me to your friend.
Oh, right. This is my sister, Nikki. Yuna smiles, clearly relieved.
I'm Yuna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Sorry about earlier.
Yuna waves away the apology.
It's fine. So, where are we sitting?
I'm about to answer when a sudden weight on my back throws me off balance. Don't fall. I catch whoever is on my back as 2 slender arms snake around my neck. A lock of blonde hair falls before my eyes as Valerie presses her cheek against me.
Did you miss me?
Hello, Valerie. I knew you were about to turn up. Carrie marches over and confronts Valerie before I can respond.
What do you think you're doing?
Claiming my spot.
Nikki crosses her arms and pouts at Valerie.
Do you always jump on the first guy you see?
I'm surprised by the disapproval dripping in her voice. Valerie slides off me and gives me a wink.
Just the cute ones.
Shu grins.
Then you should have jumped on me instead.
She presses a finger to her lips and looks innocently at Shu.
Oh, I thought Mayu would have already done that.
Oh, for God's sake.
We're just friends.
Mayu tries to hide the blush from her face, while Sho interjects. Valerie grins impishly.
Oh, well, if that's the case,
She jumps back to her feet.
get ready, because you're next.
What? Are you serious?
Sho's face is a mixture of trepidation and hope as Valerie readies herself to leap. For the record, just give the girl a hug, for God's sake. Seriously, we need to be more okay with hugging, socially speaking. I remember walking through Newcastle, good lord, might be about a year ago, and just round Grey's Monument there were a bunch of people with signs saying free hugs. And you can bet I took advantage of that, because hey, hugs are awesome.
No!
Everyone stares at Mayu, who's frozen, stunned by her own outburst.
I mean...
That does not sound healthy. Her cheeks steadily burn red as she struggles to find her words. Valerie laughs and pats Mayu on the head.
I was just kidding. No need to get so worked up.
Mayu pouts.
I wasn't worked up.
She gently moves away from Valerie, whose gaze is now firmly fixed on Yuna.
Oh my god!
Valerie hops up close to Yuna and leans towards her chest.
Where have you been hiding these this whole time?
Yuna's mouth hangs open in shock.
I would like to know this too.
Kaori bats Sho on the arm.
Stop being a pervert!
Yeah, let's be honest. Liking boobs is not a perverted thing. Yo, let's face it, favourite protest sign ever is just a woman walking along this massive serious protest with a sign that reads, I think we can all agree, boobs are awesome.
Ow! I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yuna's desperately trying to cover herself.
Can we please focus on something else?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Me too.
Sure.
Sho seems a little reluctant in his agreement.
So, where are we going to sit?
Oh, Nikki and I already started setting up right here.
It's not too close and not too far from the water.
Sounds good to me.
Everyone nods and begins to lay out their towels. We're lounging on our towels, enjoying the sun, when a sharp squeal interrupts the tranquility.
Nikki!
Nikki bolts upright and waves to her friends as they race towards her.
You're here.
Of course! We said we were going to be here, didn't we?
Her friend lowers her voice.
Are you hanging out with your brother?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, is he going to come with us to the temple? No.
Aw, why not?
He's busy.
The two girls stare at me.
He doesn't look busy.
One of the friends kneels down and grabs my arm. Hey!
You should come. It'll be so fun.
The other friend grabs my other arm.
Yeah! You can walk with me.
What? No, I got here first.
Oh god, not again.
So, he obviously prefers me.
This is where you look at your several female friends and go, help!
No, he. What is wrong with you two?
Nikki steps in and drags the two girls off me, and they blink at her in surprise.
I don't understand. Didn't you say you and he don't? Yes. Then why are you so upset? Because he's my brother.
They look at each other and seem to come to an understanding.
Oh, he doesn't know.
Huh?
What don't I know?
That Nikki really...
Nikki claps her hand over her friend's mouth.
What a couple of weirdos, am I right?
What the hell? She pulls the girls roughly to their feet, much to their dismay, and pushes them away from me.
Gee, look at the time. We better get going. I'll get a ride back with these two, so I'll see you at home. Bye.
I hear faint protest from Nikki's friends as she hurries them away. Meanwhile, my friends have been eerily silent. Hastily, I glance over to a circle of frowns. What? Well, before we get the answer to that question, I think that's a good time to end this part. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.